holiday of Passover is upon us. Pesach. How exactly is the sacrificial offering of the Passover sacrifice introduced in the Torah? It's introduced by a specific mitzvah, the mitzvah of sanctifying the new moon. HaChodesh hazeh lachem Rosh Chodashim Rishon hu lachem lechodshei hashana. This month of Nisan, in which you were redeemed in the Exodus of Egypt, will mark the first month of your Jewish year, Jewish redemption. And what is so special about this mitzvah, this commandment of sanctifying the new month, that it should be the means of introducing this holiday? And the answer is as follows. The main god of idolatry that the Egyptians subscribed to, and there were many, the main one was called the god of Ra. Ra was the sun god. Why did the Egyptians pray to the sun god? The sun, when you look at it, certainly at first value, seems to not change. It seems to remain constant, stagnant, and seems to remain the same. The same is with regards to the Egyptian belief in general to man's destiny in this world. The Egyptians believed that man does not change. If you're born a slave, you'll stay a slave for the rest of your life. And vice versa, if you're born a king, you will remain a king, and indeed, that entire empire will be passed on to generations that follow. In other words, man does not have the capacity to change his status, to change his behavior, to change the pattern of how he wants to live his life and what he wants to subscribe to. That is represented by the God of sun, so to speak. We, the Jewish people, obviously do not subscribe to and do not worship idolatry. We sanctify the new month by the moon, not the sun. Why? The moon is something that is consistently changing. We sanctify the new month when we see that little shrivel of moon that appears in the sky. And slowly but surely the moon evolves into a full moon as we get closer to the middle of the month, and then once again it becomes smaller and shrinks in size, so to speak, at least as it appears to the human eye. And the message is resounds very clearly, and that is, God wants us to sanctify our year, to sanctify the beginning of our months, and to sanctify and mark the beginning of our Exodus by reminding ourselves that we are subject to change. Someone who wants to refresh, revive, revisit his spirit, and once again ignite his subscription, his ideology, and his faith can do so at any point of his existence. That's why the Talmud says, Yesh kona olamo b'sha'ah achat. A person can acquire his world in 1 minute or 1 hour. One can make that transformation. We always believe that we are evolving, moving in motion, and that we have the capacity to change, much like the moon. And this is the concept of Pesach as well. Pesach is emphasized in the Torah as Hayom atem yotzim bechodesh ha'aviv. You are leaving the Exodus from Egypt on the month of Aviv. There is no month as such, but there's a time frame of spring. Aviv is the spring. The spring invites resuscitation, rejuvenation, change in the world. Things start to grow, sprout, and bud anew. So too, man's spirit. This Pesach, let us remind ourselves that it's not only about yesteryear, the Exodus, and reflecting on our history of the past, but also inviting and embracing the reviving spirit of the future. Chag Kasher v'Sameach. Have a happy Passover to you and your entire family. Thank you once again for joining us. Please remember to consider subscribing to the page below and send me your comments. I will get back to you. Have a great day.